Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to Good News Mental Space in partnership with me. My name is Naomi Kuria. I am a content creator, a comedian, mental health enthusiast. I'm here with Joy.
Yeah.
Joy, you're going to introduce yourself, then you're going to tell us what you'll be talking about today.
Hello everyone, my name is JoyEve and I'm a therapist with the Good News Mental Space. We're here this season to talk about wonderful topics which will be going on. We are more of grace and mental health, and I welcome all of you to this journey.
Yeah.
Thank
So I think when I came to, actually guys, just to mention, Good News Mental Space is where I get my therapy from for a very long, I think for 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing journey of discovery, of wellness, and also learning grace and how much grace is important to me. But for now, people really hear a lot of grace, but they don't understand what grace really is. We want us first to introduce what grace is so that we can come back to the topic that we're having today and incorporate grace.
All right. So many people have actually mentioned the Lord. They don't understand grace, but they really want to incorporate grace in their lives. So as Good News Mental Space, we realize being a Christian space, one of the things that's so important, even as you're taking care of your mental health and part of your life, it's important to incorporate grace. Grace is really God's unearned, undeserved, and unmerited favor. So in a space where you learn how to show yourself that unmerited favor really from God in every aspect of your life, in identity, in
literally all round,
in every aspect of your life. And I think now we are more talking about relationships.
Exactly. So
and grace.
Today we'll be talking about grace and relationships. How can we get in the space of dating when we're working also in grace? So me, I have been in that space of dating for some time, and it was the hardest because I didn't realize how is grace supposed to make it easier. Of course, the first thing was the feeling of loneliness, especially when your peers are getting into relationship and eventually getting married. I have experienced being in a place of loneliness before getting to a space of dating and experiencing my peers falling in love and eventually getting married. And it was really not healthy because the loneliness can be so toxic. So I want you to help us understand how do we enjoy singlehood with grace.
All right. So I think one of the things that happen with singlehood is people feel a sense of dissatisfaction first with life before they actually start thinking of dating. By the time somebody wants to start a relationship, it's because first of all, most of them, not everyone, there are people who actually feel like dating or having a person will actually fulfill your inner satisfaction, and so you feel the things that you're dealing with, it will only be solved in a relationship, which most of the times is really an error. And it's important for you as a single person, even before you think of getting into a relationship or dating, sometimes evaluate how you're feeling, evaluate how you're thinking, and also evaluate your expectations about dating. And if first of all you are okay in your mental health, because most of the times I normally mention relationships are made of two whole people, not halves, and most of the times a human being cannot necessarily fully satisfy your inner needs. And so by the time you actually get into a relationship, you need to go through a sense of evaluation and ask yourself, how am I as an individual? Have I dealt with my anger issues? Have I dealt with me as an individual before I actually go into a relationship and actually have a one-on-one with somebody else? So like, first of all, evaluate yourself. Are you in a space where you can actually be a gift to somebody, and not necessarily a burden.
I know.
So that's really important to first evaluate before you actually get into a relationship, and just thinking about it really.
And also in the same space of self-evaluation and self-identity, you still have to also give yourself a lot of grace, so that you may not be working so hard you're working to make yourself okay. Remember, grace is unmerited. There's nothing that you're working to earn or to gain.
Yeah.
Then I really love what you said. Then there's another point of feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure of I should be dating, my time is running, my age, what.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's, in as much as it may not be active, but it is passive most of the time.
Yeah.
In the back of your mind, you're like, okay, fine, there's nothing I can do about it, but still there's something I can do about it. That's what makes people end up with the wrong partners, just because they just presented themselves.
Yeah, that's so true.
So tell us, how do we not feel the pressure?
Yeah, I think one of the things that's actually going through my mind is, some of the pictures that individuals normally have. You're imagining on a picture of an individual, a lady and a guy all smiling,
Jesus.
and they look so happy. And then you look at your life and you're wondering, gosh, is my life, is this the space where I'll actually get that happiness? And most of the times that's something that we normally have within us. It's like an expectation that we normally have. I think one of the most important thing is, find, as I said before, the importance of evaluating yourself most of the times.
Yeah.
And the things you are seeing. I've mentioned you see a poster. So sometimes ask yourself, why am I feeling pressure about this situation? Is it because I saw a poster or I saw other people being happy? And why am I not happy? What is really your source, first of all?
Yeah.
What's really making you happy? And what should actually be making you happy, even as an individual who's actually single? Because one of the things we'll come to talk about in time, some of the things and the misconceptions that people feel is that the person who you date or the person who you marry is supposed to satisfy you and fill you, and then they get into those relationships and they end up becoming very disappointed. And you start wondering, what did I get myself? Maybe it's better for me to be single.
Oh God, yeah.
Because when I'm single, I feel free. And so that's what it's so important to actually check. What is it that I'm allowing to fill my heart?
Yeah.